Okay, you got it, boss.
Thank you. You the best.
And we are live. Let me jump into the replay here. Hello, everybody. And by everybody, I mean nobody, because I don't think anyone started watching yet. But hi. Welcome back to another's week of the Miners Recap. I am Doof.
I am the True Blue.
And we have a special guest with us this week. Why don't you introduce yourself, special guest?
So, my name is Dice Hacker, and I'm going to be looking at the miners and seeing how everyone's doing, and look for the upcoming competition coming into the Rebel proper coming soon.
I didn't
Nice.
understand that last part, but
He's looking to see which teams he has to murder.
Yeah, I'm scouting.
okay.
He's
Scouting, there
If
you
you're
go.
looking for teams to murder, then that's everybody, so it's okay.
Okay, so Dice Hack against True Blue's team.
Yeah, I was
Got
gonna
it.
say everybody includes you. This is, of course, Iron Master, one of our Rebel mods and general all-around chill dude. Also, my division rival that I have yet to play. So,
Yep.
Just at the end of the year, it's okay.
yeah. No, he and I.
Okay, just don't let True Blue tell you about the dice hacking ways. Just don't do
Dude,
it.
he dice hacks hard. Hardcore.
As long as he doesn't dice hack versus me, it's all good.
Oh, he will. He doesn't know any other way.
Yep.
It's true.
But if you weren't looking at last week, we're going to jump into a game shortly here. But last week, everything kind of went a little crazy in both divisions. Europe, 2 teams were eliminated. So instead of 8 teams with playoff hopes, we now only have 6. Only. But the gap between the upper teams and the lower teams got a little bit weirder. And then in Americas, True, why don't you tell us what happened in Americas?
A shitstorm. There's technically 6 people that are still alive, and I'm including Ryu Rata in that. But he has to win both games, and he has to win by like 3 or 4 touchdowns both games to make playoffs. So
It's gonna
Good
be
luck.
a little bit nuts. I'll go ahead and bring up our game. Iron, let me know when you are at kickoff, and we'll go ahead and all try our best to synchronize
Okay,
I'm
so
just gonna be
after
behind.
setup.
It's okay.
after setup at the kickoff event.
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
thereabouts. This week we're covering Chaos versus Skaven. This is Blacklisters Union, which I think, as of last week, was the number 4 team, versus Clan Nibblers, which was number 5 team. And you guys just let me know when you're ready, because I'm gonna pause right now.
Okay. I'm going to be ready
Um,
soon, getting close to the kickoff. Apparently I had to do chaos setup, so let me skip past that.
So, to give you a little bit of context, this is the best developed Chaos team in all of Miners versus the best developed Skaven team. This Skaven team has a natural one-turner and has the pieces of a lot of really good, soon-to-be really good, other gutter runners, as well as a Claw Storm Vermin, and then the Chaos team is just very strong development across the board.
Okay,
all
I'm
Well,
of
the
set.
Chaos Warriors are really, really good.
Yep.
I would say most of this chaos team's really good. The only thing he's missing is his ball carrier, and that's still a Blodge guy just missing Surehan.
Yep. Alright.
You ready?
Yep.
Alright.
On your count, Doof.
3, 2, 1, synchronize.
All right. So cue me being behind already.
Yep, well, that's why whenever I say go, I always just wait like 2 seconds.
And I still end up behind somehow.
Yep.
So one thing I've noticed right now is I'm not a huge fan of giving up that much map control.
I'm not a huge fan of that first double skull either.
Yeah, you
So-
shouldn't kind of do that.
Yeah,
No. Obviously, he didn't turn on his dice hacks.
I know.
Yeah, no, or else that'd be like 3 kills.
Yeah, already.
Well,
Punch him
we're
so
going
hard,
on 2 anyway.
Punch him so hard the rat behind him dies.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So he's just blocking down the line. Nothing really to talk much about there.
Yep.
Another
Well,
armor break.
Yeah, we're seeing some good play here with angle hits and maximizing your blocks while you have them.
Yep.
And we're seeing
Yeah.
a blitz come in here.
So the one thing I think that Clan Nibblers probably wishes they had more of is a deeper bench for this matchup. Not nearly as much ablative line rat armor as other teams might have. And especially his line rats are actually pretty well developed for line rats, which is surprising. Normally they tend to die before they reach level 3.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like, it's a very well-built team, I would say, and it's very spread development.
Yeah.
No one's really a star on the team, which is one of the main attributes. But that also means there's, well, I take that back. There's one star on the team, and that's your natural one-turner.
Yeah.
But, you know,
That's all
other
you
than
need.
that, he's using his other guys pretty equivalently.
Yeah.
He's
So-
he's already flooding the backfield here. So this is, I guess, the risk of splitting up your team in the way that Corvain did is there's now a bunch of rats in between the two halves of his team.
Exactly. I think you're okay with one player back to help out the ball carrier because it's Skaven. But you have this many players back, all of a sudden you pretty much cut your team off. So I can see this being a score for the Skaven early if he can't effectively screen this off.
And the Skaven have plenty of ways.
I
to
feel
get this.
that I feel like this is actually still a strong situation for the Chaos team, because I mean they can just cage in the middle of the field and they're not fully split away. So
Well,
as we
they
can see,
can cage in the middle field, but then it's the Skaven can just collapse and make it a hard defensive drive. Well, hard
That's true.
offensive drive. So I'd be really happy if I was in the Skaven position at this point.
I just feel that this strategy was a bit all in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it certainly is. Although I'm now wondering, that's a very loose cage that he's forming around the ball carrier now.
I'm not a fan of this cage.
I think
Yeah.
we're playing against a wizard right now, because I see
we
a
are.
blank space.
That is
We
true.
are.
So he's really worrying about the fireball coming in.
Yeah. If people fireball a cage, though, I'm usually completely fine with it.
Yeah, I would say you generally want to fireball a 5-man cage. 4, it's generally not as good.
Yeah.
So I'll bait it out, but yeah, just don't give more than 5, and generally you're okay.
It's also, I play orcs, which is a little bit different because it's armor 9, so generally you do not expect the wizard to do as much as he would against a bunch of beastmen.
That is, unless you play Dice Hacker over here. He'll somehow kill all of your players in your cage.
Yep, sounds about right. So we do see it both down coming in here with the Killer Storm Vermin, getting us a stun. I think we probably should have, put the Blotch Stepper on the ball and force a dodge somehow.
I would
I
have liked to see
agree.
that. I would
But
like
he
to see a
used it
little
as
more
the
pressure.
assist.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I do like the amount of the dauntless on the gutter runner there. Or
Yeah,
just
he's got
having
2
the
of
skill
them.
in general. Yeah, I thought there were 2.
Yeah,
And
which it's definitely not a bad call because it lets you get in and just, mess up some cages.
yeah.
Yeah. I would say the only thing I don't like about it is that he has no strip ball at this point in time.
The other thing I don't really like about this positioning is there's this big gap in the middle of the field for Corvain to just run right up.
Let's see what happens. Just another stun.
Yep. Plenty of stuns so far. He is totally, Toast is totally okay with this.
Yeah, I feel the rats kind of did something right and then something wrong. When they went really deep, they committed everyone, and it was their all-in play. And then they played this one pretty passively, leaving the open, middle,
Yeah,
which just seems a bit
Yeah.
off.
that was almost disaster there. I don't like, after having used the reroll on your turn, I don't like not keeping the ball, moving the ball up and keeping him safe before taking any more blocks here. But he's not punished.
And that is the loosest cage I've ever seen.
That's not a cage. That's... He's gonna get punched.
I was using cage very liberally. It's okay.
Yep. Yep.
And he's gonna get wrestled down.
And that is an open spot for Gutter Runner to snatch that up.
And
Dodges
Yep,
away from
and,
the tackle.
there it is. Ooh.
Yeah, that's a thing.
He's gonna have to reroll that. But that'll probably be as far as he goes.
So this is where he's getting his scoring threat, getting that ready. He now has to protect the Gutter Runner. And we're going to see a failed dodge with our Storm Vermin. So that is a pretty easy shot with our Wrestle Tackle onto the ball, I feel. We just have to clear out a couple rats first, and then take the shot. And if it's not a knockdown, that's going to be really hard to defend against.
Still just more
And
stuns.
more stunts.
You and I are just on the same wavelength tonight, it seems.
Yep.
Well, that's what happens when we've casted for, what, 2 months now?
Yeah, I think. Just about. Ooh, there's finally
Oop.
a removal.
Yep. Fodder the Rat, living up to his name,
Yep.
and is off. So that's our bench gone now. So everything else is just eaten in. Oh,
Yep.
we're aiming with the tackle. Turns out to be the right call.
Still works
Tackle
fine.
does things.
Yep. So the ball is loose,
Of
but
course, the gutter
not
runners.
really anyone able to capitalize, I feel. Unless we're Wrestle Tackle picking it up. Might just have to happen.
Yeah,
No, he
I
has
see,
a player that can pick it up. He just cleared out the route.
I see Claw also has the ability, but he is going with. Or no, he's just going to screen off with Wrestle Tackle.
Yeah, and then he's going with Claw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And he's okay if Claw scores. Or-
Ooh, I really don't like this spot.
No.
And we see the wizard come out, taking down our claw
Yeah.
guy,
Oh.
and we are just transferring it to the tackle guy.
All right then. And
Okay.
I don't like this one die. And I don't like committing
Well.
a reroll to it, but it does work.
But he got it.
Yeah.
He got it. It's okay.
I would say once
Oh.
the big injury there.
That's a thing.
Oh. Okay.
A
So
niggle into a
Niggle.
no-cas.
Apple does work. Apple works.
Yeah.
Apple works.
Yep.
Apple
In case
works,
you guys
guys.
didn't know, buy Apple stock now.
Yep. And here comes the pass.
Yeah. So this is going to be our 3+ to a 2+ for the score. And it looks like it's
Yeah.
happening.
Skaven.gif.
Yep.
So
So one of the big things to note here is he's going up on his defensive drive, so he's going to be having more chances to try to steal and get that ball down.
Yep. He did burn the wizard for it. I think that was an absolutely smart wizard use, but he now, the rest of the game, Corvain's going to be able to cage up a lot tighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is really going to hurt with the block guard warriors and the abundance of them.
Yep. He's never going to get anything but a red die on the ball if Corvain plays this correctly from here on out.
Also, I feel it's worth noting that we do have the one-turning gutter runner on the pitch, just doing normal actions. So be prepared just to... Oop, got a blitz coming in. Anyway, just be prepared for just utter nonsense.
Yep. Corvain probably happy this is a deep kick, so the rats can't just position right under it. But still, he needs,
I would say he's probably just happy it's on that side.
yeah, he needs to pick this up this turn, or else he's going down 2-0.
Mm-hmm.
If you go down 2-0 versus Rats, you might as well just call it GG and try to just go for attrition.
Yeah. And so far the rats have dodged damage, even though they've taken a decent amount of punches.
That's not going to last.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
They've
Corvain,
been just taking stuns for their sins.
yeah. Corvain doesn't actually have a huge amount of Mighty Blow. He's only got 2. So, it's not as though this is like the killiest Chaos team. This is definitely... He's been developing a bit more early control.
Yeah. The thing that I would say is that Corvain has really gone more, I'm just going to avoid block on lots of my guys until later on in development.
Yeah.
I don't think you need 2 Mighty Blow Claw pieces. I don't think you need a Claw first.
Yeah, the claw first. The claw first is the only skill I disagree with. I think
If he was
developing,
block first, he would be really good,
yeah,
in my opinion.
developing 2 killers I'm okay with, but I think you need block on some of your other beastmen to sort of mitigate the fact that those guys are going to be rolling a lot of 1 and 9s and eating a lot of your rerolls.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I also think we're missing out on a couple like block guard beastmen and a killer warrior.
Yeah.
It's one of the main things I'm seeing here. Anyway, we're going for the claw pickup. Seems like we might be doing a pass to try to get this upfield. Very risky,
He is, in
but it
fact.
seems it works out.
And we're good. So, takes a bit of a
Oh,
gamble.
and he's going for a red die. Sorry, I'm a little bit ahead of you guys.
Oh,
Have
this
to
is
do that.
this is unusual. Normally
Yeah.
you're behind, but right
Well,
now
I had to skip because I was super behind you guys.
right now what we're seeing is that the Corvain just threw some dice at that problem, and it pays off to the tune of having a really strong cage, and most of
Yep.
the rats being out of position.
With only one corner really exposed, but it's a price worth paying for.
Yeah.
But we do see a screen coming up in the backfield. It's a little off kilter, but that's good enough.
He'll be able to
Yeah,
push
so-
pretty far up this next turn, but as oh
Yeah.
my, I think I see the red die you were talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one thing I want to note about Toast positioning is that if Corvain decides to be a little bit more aggressive, he could potentially just set it up so that way there's no chance of the elf screen and pretty much guarantee a score.
You can get a lot of Chaos Warriors involved here. And yeah, all he needs to do is block off this Wrestle Dauntless Gutter Runner, and he can take the left side of the field pretty easily.
Ooh. I'm going to wait until you guys see that. Just wait until the next cage. It's a very unique one.
Is it a side cage? Is Corvain about to do
Not-
a side cage?
Not quite, but it's not great.
Oh, I'm seeing it.
We do
It's
have-
coming up.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Okay, it looks normal as of now, but now we're basing it. Okay.
He's still got
Oh.
a blitz. Okay.
Ugh.
Yeah, you guys saw it.
Yeah, it's interesting. So we get
Yeah,
a 3
you're
die
pretty-
on the gutter
Yeah.
runner though.
Oh.
Just a stun.
Yeah. Okay. So I think one of the main things was you should have just taken a GFI there
Yeah.
and just positioned as a full cage. It's just giving up
Exactly.
a shot, especially when it's going to be 2 dice on your ball carrier.
Yeah, this is not gonna be fun for Corvain here.
Yeah.
Yep. Here's the wrestle.
There it is.
Now that was a horrible bounce for you, but
Yeah.
You're gonna
I
take
think
it.
I think it was a bad play didn't get punished from Corvain, but you gotta take it sometimes. And
Oh,
it
and
looks
That
like we're
hurt.
going to dive in our gutter runner and fail that.
ooh.
It's a really good bounce for the chaos.
Yeah, so I think if you're Toast, you're still okay with this because no sure hands on the chaos. And he's only got 1 reroll, so if he doesn't pick it up this turn, he's in trouble.
I expect we're probably going to see the killer with jump up get the ball,
I would think so.
unless he wants to keep killing with them. Ooh,
Oh, that's a kill.
that is
yeah, you
huge.
guys saw it. You guys saw it.
We
wanted
got
to talk
Dead
about
Claw
that earlier.
Vermin.
When he lets it
Didn't
go.
appo it. I would have appoed that immediately.
Yeah.
I think he didn't want to because he has a movement 10 piece on the floor. That's all
That's
I'm
a
gonna
fair
say.
statement, but I mean,
I would
have
that's-
banked on a badly hurt.
That's getting
save
kicked
that.
in the head no matter what. Like, there's not much you can do about that. And Looks like Blodge is the or no, looks like no, Blodge is going to be the one to pick up the ball here.
Yeah.
Oh, and there it is. Ah, but the reroll is good. And
Yep, so we're still opening up a shot, but it's on Blodge. And dice have to be rolled.
Yep. Oh, but that looks like he is protecting players.
I don't like this. He could have just dodged him out, put him on the Blodge goat,
Ooh.
then dodged out a Lion Rat and tried hitting it.
And also, if he was going to dodge out that Blodge step gutter runner, why not just have him be an assist to make that a 2-die potentially?
Yeah, I agree.
So there's the equalizer.
I think
going into half 1-1, Skaven's still pretty happy about that. They get the ball.
well, there's actually a chance for one turn. You forget.
Ah, that's true. I do
Yep.
forget. It is Corvain's offensive drive, and Toast is a filthy cheater. Oh, thanks, Yup Yup.
Oh, high kick.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a little.
Oh, Yup Yup's in here.
Yeah. He
Yep.
said the show is OP.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's because I'm here.
Yeah. I gotta.
And this is where I
just-
flex off camera.
Gotta get more. I gotta get Chubstep back on here. It's been a while since I've had his sultry tones on my channel. The problem is I don't stream when he's ever awake anymore. Not that I streamed when he was awake to begin with. It's just
He's not awake anymore.
so,
High kick. Opting to take one of the most forward guys. I would have probably did that for the Blodge Stepper. Mostly just to run him up closer.
yeah.
Yeah, I would have
But it
taken
really
the guy
doesn't
further
matter.
back to try to get it.
I think he's trying to do a pass here, which would be very greedy.
No rerolls.
Greed
and
is good according
he's
to
taking
Iron.
blocks too, so he definitely wants some more damage.
Handoff's good. Here it comes.
Here we go, boys.
And there it goes.
Yeah.
And the Warriors got it, guys. He's gonna score.
He's gonna score if only he had 8 more turns.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we'll give him that exact dream, just without the ball.
So one turner not OP just yet.
I'm intrigued with that defensive setup.
That's like, I was watching a Zord cast the other day. That's like the most passive one-turn defense setup.
Oh, I'm talking about this next one.
Oh,
Yeah,
I see.
that defensive setup for the one turn, I don't like it at all. But it's kind of hard to commit to a side when there's a natural one turner.
That's true.
No, he literally has to do that screen when there's
Yeah.
a natural one-turner.
I think you
Yeah.
do the screen, but I think it's, I would argue for at least putting it partway up the field. Just in case there's a blitz, then maybe you can actually blitz with something as opposed to having to waste it.
I've actually had a person. They'll throw their gutter runners at your backfield and try to get a push to make the one turn easier.
Yeah.
I've seen it done before, and it's an interesting feat. So, it's not always the best call to bring it up either. But it worked out in the end with not even making one dodge.
Yep. As we see the pitch invasion come in.
All right, I'm ready when you guys are.
I'm actually going. So pitch
Yep.
invasion just
Oh,
happened.
god damn it.
The
I was
first
waiting
block,
patiently.
The first block was just thrown.
Yep.
All right, I saw the first block.
All right, let's go. And
Ooh,
that's a one in
that's a
1-9.
boundary roll.
Into a POW. So we're already down to 2 rerolls. One turn does have the ball. Bringing it up quite far.
That he
Yeah.
did not protect it at all.
Wait, that's
What is he doing?
That's a straight 2-die.
Yeah,
I think he
a
forgot.
2-die, and you can
that
make
he
it a
got-
3-die. Holy hell!
That looked like he ran out of time thinking or something.
Yeah.
That's
Or he just forgot to count. God knows I do that enough times, all the time.
Maybe he was trying to click on somebody and accidentally clicked end turn. I don't know.
I don't know, but yeah, it's
I've definitely seen it.
looks like ooh.
Wrestle tackle's
Yeah,
coming
here
in.
comes wrestle tackle. That guy's
Yeah.
in range. This is gonna suck.
Just gonna say I definitely agree with that choice of making this a 3-die
Yep.
and getting the wrestle
Ooh.
tackle in for it.
That'll do
Yep.
it.
Yeah.
So this
I-
is bad.
I think that this is pretty much what you ask for when the opening was literally right there.
Yep. Is he gonna? Okay, he does re-roll that. It's a little greedy, but it does block off 2 rats from really being able to get involved.
I can definitely agree with it right there because he's just getting in front, making it hard for the rats to do anything.
Yeah.
And
The-
one in, or
Immediate
yeah,
first action. That definitely feels like Toast panicked a little bit there because
Yeah.
didn't even stand anyone up first.
yep. To be fair, I think he was just like, well, my plan is I put it on Blodge Step, I give it to my Wrestle Dauntless that's only marked by one guy, and then he just books it down, and then I mark everyone else.
Yep.
The story checks out. He just wanted to fuck off with the ball.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean but that's like what Skaven always tries to do.
But this time they had to do it.
That's true. Maybe that's the secret of Skaven. Whenever you don't have to do it, it works. Whenever you have to, it doesn't.
Guys, I think we just solved Blood Bowl. Let's call it a day.
Yep. It was a very good detective work there.
Can, when you guys win the World Cup using this method, just remember I called dibs on the PC.
I
I dibs everything
I'm-
else.
Mm-mm.
Like the
No.
money.
No, you
Nope.
guys can have the money. Buy your own PC with the money. I just want the PC.
No, I want the PC, guys.
He
Come on,
dibs
you
it
can
first.
sell the PC for more money than you got as prize money.
Yep. Ooh, I don't necessarily like the GFI there.
Nah, I feel like this is kind of greedy trying to go for an earlier score.
Yeah. Well, you can't.
Traditionally, this is where I would be like, okay, I'm literally just gonna wait here in the corner and win the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is I'm gonna win 2-1 type of stall,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna love it.
And one of the main things is here, he made it to where he can be pushed in and scoring, which
Yeah.
is, here's a push,
There it
and
is.
now we're scoring.
Yep.
Yep.
So you always want to kind of have 2 squares away. I mean, not from a sideline and there's frenzy or something, but just 2 squares off. Just get away from that touchdown line a bit.
And smart by Toast to recognize and stop the stall before it can even get started.
Hmm.
And the one-turner does come back, so...
Ooh, looks like we're getting spicy with our setups. We are gonna go for a natural 1-turn immediately.
Because why not?
I feel like if he's gonna have a chance at winning, he at least has to tie the game. So
He's already
tell me when you
turned
guys are
over-
at the kickoff event.
I
Oop,
am...
already passed it.
Now.
I hate you guys.
Alright, quick
Okay.
snap. Yeah, and
This is intriguing.
he's gonna free up...
He has an easy score. Yeah.
He's gonna free up the Gutter Runner so that... Or, I mean, the Storm Vermin, so that he can punch a hole through here.
I don't necessarily like the positioning that he did that. I guess I don't hate it. I was just looking at the lane where there's only one hole. Like one player filling that hole.
Yeah. I think it's fine. He just has to make this dodge. Or, no, he's gonna go for the 3 GFIs. And
It's
then-
only two
look, the
G5s,
one-turn
since he
did
already
one
had
turn
one up.
things.
He ran around
Wait.
the Chaos Warrior, though, so he had to take 3.
Oh, I definitely disagree with that. You should have had
Yeah.
the dodge reroll, then your sure feet reroll on that.
Yeah, you get 2.
Exactly. Yeah, more rerolls that way. Come on, guys.
True.
Yep, you could have had 3 reroll usage there.
Just
One
in
for your
case.
dodge reroll, the next one for your sure feet, and then the last one is your just normal reroll.
It's true.
Yep.
Actually, I think you already used it, didn't he?
I don't think so.
Or am I
that
going
turn.
crazy?
No, he's down
He
to
did
1,
not
but he
use it.
didn't.
Yeah.
All right. Now here you just got to set up and hope for a steal and score, which he did not go for a steal and score kick position.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's a conservative setup by Toast.
Yeah. Toast has kind of been like I'm going to be really aggressive, just kidding, I'm going to back off this game.
Yeah. One of the weird things is he does have a kick piece, and he could be kicking it short this whole time, but he's choosing deep because he knows Chaos is a bash team, so getting up closer, but he's also not really in a position to really take advantage, like as we saw in the Blitz. He wasn't able to get to the ball.
It's true.
I think sometimes you just got to say, okay, they have a lot of players in the backfield. I know they're bash, but let's see what if it is a blitz. This would help me out the most in this position.
We say goodbye to Nabble Rabble for the rest of the game.
Yep. So we are down 2 rats now.
Yep.
1
Ooh.
permanently.
We are down 3 rats.
Yeah.
Lesk Beastmaster is gonna miss his next game, and he lets that one go. Which, at what point is he gonna burn in the Apo? Not that I think he ever.
I
burned
think
it
he's
on a
saving
line
it for a
rat,
gutter
but-
runner.
Yeah, this is
He's got
definite.
to save it for gutter.
I'm gonna save my gutter runner before he dies.
Yeah, maybe he's just nervous with the 1-turner forced onto the field.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one of the nice things is if he just used the Apo on the Storm Vermin, he would have had that one extra player to kind of avoid more hits or do more hits with,
Yeah.
and he's really missing out on it.
Also, just it's a claw vermin. Those are surprisingly difficult to get.
Casual tackle dodge there. Gotta watch out about that.
Yep.
Which is weird because he doesn't take the other dodge through normal tackle zones.
Might have just been a pathing mistake.
Probably.
Well, if he took that dodge, then he could have cut off the team more effectively.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he could have been just having a
Yeah,
screen in
if
the
he took
backfield.
that dodge, if he took that dodge, all of a sudden that team is cut in half. So that is a mistake.
And he
Definitely.
He does tie up the wrestle tackle. Which
Yeah, he's just done with his crap. Like, okay, this dude's really wrecked my gutter runners all game.
Yeah.
Let's get him away.
My wrestle tackle was the only thing that kept me in my game for the first 5 turns this week. And then the elves scored once, and then it was all over.
It was all
Story
over
checks
multiple
out.
times.
Then they scored 2 more times, and it was extra over. But
Yeah.
ooh,
It's okay, we don't talk about that.
triple pow.
I think that guy wants to die, apparently.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Weir wants to be hit with a lethal blow, kill him, I think.
Is he gonna get stepped on here? There's not really enough.
Step on him.
There's not enough beasts to be able to commit. To
If
the
he was
foul.
gonna foul, he would have used a rookie. And he only has one
He
rookie.
has the
Ooh,
Corvain has the loosest cages I've ever seen.
yeah. Dirty player is gone. Rats are starting to fall now. Ooh. And the first action, 1 die into double skull.
Against Claw Mighty Blow, on your Storm Vermin.
Not the play.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, these cages are loose, I have to agree with True Blue here.
Yeah.
And really, he could just be diving gutter runners through, and that's what I would have been doing first. It looks like he was trying to open up a channel just to run his Wrestle Dauntless guy out.
Yeah. I think
I would
it's,
not started with that, I feel.
the cages have been loose, and he has not been punished for them.
Yeah.
Yep. Actually, I take that back. He was hitting a basically a 1 in 36 there anyway, because
You're
that
not
was going to
gonna
be a
surf
knockdown
that
on
guy?
block.
Yeah.
He's not going to surf that guy.
He doesn't need to. He wants more SPP from hitting stuff, you know?
He'll surf him next turn. It's a line rat. It's not like he's gonna go anywhere. And yeah, he's
I disagree, but whatever. I always prefer taking the guaranteed player off the pitch.
If you've been watching.
So the one thing I'm not liking here is he's just leaving his ball carrier kind of alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Just
like
with
he
one
doesn't
buddy.
know what. It's like he doesn't know what Skaven does to people or something.
Yeah, this is risky.
It's even in range of the gutter runner that's literally right behind him.
Yep. Or this gutter runner that's just gonna run over and do this. Wrestle it down again.
Yeah. And all I have to say is that this is not getting bullshitted at all. This is you not respecting what Skaven can do
Yeah.
in this situation.
Now he takes the surf.
Wait, he didn't even dodge him. Or take a block.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have done one or the
Yeah.
other.
Yeah, even though it would have opened up a free hit on your ball carrier with the Chaos Warrior, it's not like he didn't have a free hit already with
Yeah.
tackle.
Yep. Here comes another whack. Maybe
Yeah.
he's okay because it just gives him more hits on the one-turner.
Yeah.
I almost feel like with that one turner, he should have punted the ball into that back corner.
Yeah. Or just,
Yeah.
tossed it backwards. Basically said there's only 2 turns left. Ooh, there's... He has to
That's what
reroll
I was
this.
saying.
Yeah.
Toss it backwards and just punt the ball into his back left corner. If you're looking from Toast's point of view, or the top right corner if you're looking from Corvain's.
Yeah.
Well, I think that punt wouldn't actually work because the Claw Mighty Blow jump up dude could reach anywhere in the backfield besides the right sideline.
There's another injury.
So maybe just
Wow, still lets it go.
Oh.
And
At this point, you can't let it go.
yeah. Are we finally gonna see something get stepped on here? Nope, we're gonna see a dub skull.
Nice.
which did we mention this still lets us hit the ball carrier?
I know. Yep,
'Cause it
here
does.
comes again.
One thing I
This
don't
is-
like is he's not making these like any 2 dice, but it still works out.
Yep. Oh, and now he can dodge out with the one-turner, pick up the ball, and just run into space.
Oh,
Yep.
wow.
He's trying to get the score here,
He
which
wants it.
he's really going for it. He has to get to the center of the field though. If he doesn't get to the LOS, he can't score.
Oh. Wow. Oh.
Going for a handoff.
Boo.
Doesn't work on the dodge out.
Line Rat was almost the hero. He made that 4+
And here-
catch.
I just want to point out, we had a person that could have just stood up and blocked over there
Yeah.
beforehand.
We did. And
Maybe
one-
even just get next to the Claw Mighty Blow, even though it's a free hit afterwards.
Yep. Uh-oh. Finally it sticks.
Yep.
Oh
It's
no.
finally out.
It's minus
Minus
MA
movement.
into minus MA.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a recycle.
Yeah.
Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Rest in peace.
Exactly.
We're the lethal as we see the final reroll burned, and it's good.
And we level up a tackle guy.
And to add insult
Yeah.
to injury, Chaos win. God, that's
I
gotta have
felt
been-
like both sides could have played this a lot cleaner, but then at that point we wouldn't have seen a 3-2 scoreline. So
yeah, it's if you were telling me it was a 3-2 scoreline and Chaos managed to outscore, I wouldn't have believed you before I saw this. But those injury dice just. He held the Apo for so long for exactly that moment, and then to have the Apo fail, that's got to be
holy
so
hell!
frustrating.
Look at this SPP gains on Blacklisters. That's 5, 7, 9,
Some-
12, 15,
Wow.
29. 29
Wow.
SPP.
Wow. I didn't even
Somebody's-
want to count that. That was so much.
Someone is set up for playoffs now. 49.
Okay, Blacklisters. He had a lot of pals. That's for sure.
Yep.
But he was using a lot of wrestle tackle too.
2
Yeah.
KO to 7 injuries and 1 kill. So 80% Kaz rate on his removals. That's
Yeah.
just silly. Wow. That was a game. That was
It was
entertaining. That was painful for the Skaven. But yeah, that was the
Tackle
game
might
for
be-
this week. Yeah. Let's
I'm
take
just
a look.
looking at Blacklister's Union team.
I was gonna
His
say
team
let's
right
take a
now.
look because I think he's leveled.
Yeah, he took Mighty Blow on the tackle piece, which I strongly disagree with.
I think he needs more block at this point.
Yeah,
I think he's trying to go
going
for a rat
full
and elf
kill.
killer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mighty Gores will definitely take piling on as his next level, so I think he maybe wanted a second tackle piece, or he wanted his second tackle piece to have better removal potential, because the wrestle tackle piece is more of a ball sacker than like a.
How about a better knockdown potential?
That too. I'm sure he'll take block next level though. Look at how close all these Chaos Warriors are to leveling. He's got them all so well and evenly developed.
Yep. Can't wait to get Mighty Blow on them too, and then it just becomes all haywire on who gets Kaz.
I just assume all of them are going to take Mighty Blow next level, and then just
I
accelerate.
want to see probably 1 take Stand Firm, and then 2 take Mighty Blow, and I want to see the Blodge guy get guard.
Yeah, I want to see him get Blodge, get guard, and then stand firm, and just be the most annoying Chaos Warrior.
Yeah, the Blodge guy can be the roadblock. I like Mighty Blow on all my Chaos Warriors to speed up the development, because otherwise they are slow to develop. But
I mean, he already has Beastmen that need to be blitzing anyway, with just all their Claw, Mighty Blow, no block shenanigans.
true.
Hey guys, Joker here.
Oh hey, what's up, man? Welcome.
Good.
To
How are you guys?
I'm good. Welcome to the cast. We just got through watching that game, and actually, you have the most impeccable timing because we were gonna cover Europe this week, and yours is the first up. So
Oh well,
let's
that is good timing.
let's take a look. First, we'll take a look at what Ozzy, True Blue, and myself predicted. Spoiler alert: we did not do great this week. But Joker's Legion versus Sadomasochrists. All three of us picked the humans, the Sadomasochrists, to win this, and Joker's Legion
All three were let down.
pulled it off and killed the ogre in the process. So,
Yes, that was the most horrendous. I felt so bad for killing that ogre the way that I did.
So talk us through the game a little bit. What happened?
So I must admit I got pretty lucky this game. I got a lot of decent removals. They were just from turn 2. I got 3 KOs in a row, and it was a blitzer, I believe, and 2 linemen. But that really hurt just his field presence. Necro is a pretty good matchup against humans because you can use your zombies to tie up any piece. You can be like, hey, go cuddle that unit, and at that point, the humans that unit is kind of stuck there. I did that to the ogre pretty much all game, and he barely got to move or do anything. So I felt pretty in control. I took your advice from last game. I think that really made a difference as well, and I really tried to maintain midfield control for as long as possible, and then shot to the sides if I really had to.
Nice. I'm glad that worked out.
Yeah, definitely. I made the mistake before thinking that I want to play side field all the time because I have Frenzy. So it's like if I force side field play, I can make use of the Frenzy more. But that doesn't quite work out the way that I thought originally it would. So your advice there was really solid. So that really helped me out to maintain that control. I got a couple lucky KOs, and from there just kind of steamrolled.
Yeah. Well done.
That's pretty much how you beat humans. You get removals, and then they can't do much because they don't have the tools that other teams have. Where it's just like I have a killer that I can make it a comeback, or I have elves with Agi 4. Yeah. Once they start losing players, it's very hard for them.
Yeah, I felt pretty good about it too. Like I made a couple glaring mistakes that I definitely I'm gonna want to fix. I left the ball carrier exposed a couple times where I shouldn't have, and I should have been punished for that, and I wasn't. Like I said, I got pretty lucky this game. And not for my opponent's lack of trying, because he did play well. And one funny anecdote from the game is I was playing at the front left. I was about to score. Everything was going great. And on the midfield, I had the ogre tied up and 2 other humans with a bunch of zombies. I had 2 zombies, and there were 3 humans and the ogre. So the zombies had red dice on everyone, and I figured, fuck it. If I get skulled here, it doesn't matter for me at all. And I don't really care about this zombie, and I'm just going to throw these red dice for the lulz. And it's like, who am I going to throw them on? Well, obviously it's going to be the ogre if it's going to be red die anyway. So I threw them at the ogre, who didn't have block. All the other units had block, and I got double down. The zombie goes down, no problem. Doesn't even get stunned, and the ogre dies.
Oh, that is so dirty. I love it.
Yeah, no, I threw it absolutely for the lulz. There was no thought behind it whatsoever. I just did it because fuck it, and the ogre died.
I'm so sorry, Boo.
That's great. Oh my god.
We're laughing with you, not at you.
Just so you know, Boo, my ogre also died this week, so we're on the
Yep.
same playing field.
Man, spoilers. So I will be honest. I was expecting the single wolf necro to lose to the developed humans. Iron, for a little backstory, Joker took this team in as a fresh team into minors, and is playoff contending with it despite having lost, I think, what, 2 golems and a wolf at this point.
Yeah, I lost two. No, I lost 2 wolves and a golem.
2 wolves and a golem at this point. So, it's been a pretty impressive run for him, and the team is actually starting to get skills finally.
Yeah, that certainly is impressive.
Yeah, so maybe someone to keep an eye on, since I know you're doing Oppo research down here.
Yep.
Next up.
I'm just gonna note, can do red dice and kill ogres.
Yep.
Yeah, it is definitely on my resume now. I immediately, I went on LinkedIn, put it in there, immediately got a couple job offers.
Iron's fine with it as long as it doesn't apply to Yetis.
Yeah.
Next up, Blackwisters and Clan Nibblers we covered. After that, Red Velvet Titans versus
What does
Old...
Clan Nibbler's team look like? Oh, it's under TV 1000.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
he got ruined this game.
That's really good for me.
He has not
Yeah,
fired...
that is great for you. That probably helps you out making a playoff run.
Yeah, it does, because he's number 6, and he is my biggest threat right now.
Oh, he's number 7 right now. I think he's
Yeah,
eliminated.
he's number 7
technically.
now.
He might
So
be...
now the dwarves are my biggest
Yeah.
threat.
Actually, I'm pretty sure he is eliminated at this point. So, yeah.
I mean, Skaven can do a lot with a couple key pieces and a bunch of line rats. Don't underestimate them.
It's true.
Especially when they got inducements now. Like, they
And
get
he-
serious stuff.
He still has enough to play for in the sense of he can ruin other people's dreams right with his, which is the truest form of Blood Bowl. But next up, Red Velvet Titans. Ernadar continues what he needs to even be considered. Beat Old New York Sewer Rats. That was probably the easiest of his 3 matchups. Meaning no disrespect to Londinium, just that Londinium's team
Based off of records.
based off of records, and also dwarves can really hurt Skaven.
Yeah.
And let's take a look. It looks like dwarves did hurt Skaven. 4 KOs, 4 injuries off of 17 armor breaks.
Yeah, you gotta love when the armor breaks matches your own blocks, and your blocks got no damage at all. Just 3 breaks,
Yep.
3 stuns.
Yeah. So one thing I want you to look at real quick, Iron, is check out Ernadar's team, Red Velvet Titans.
Oh,
Just
they're
look at that.
stacked.
Yeah,
Dude,
look
just-
at that Dark Elf Blitzer. I mean, runner. That's a dwarf.
It's so great. You gotta love them. Just, it's an elf, and it's so good,
Yep.
and it's amazing.
And he
scary.
named him Lucky
That's
Pete.
prime fouling meat right there.
It's okay. He has thick skull. He'll be fine.
Yeah.
It will always
AD
annoy me
thick skull.
that the blitzers have block and thick skull reversed. Like, Cyanide
I
did
know,
that
right?
on purpose. But this team is brutal. Ernadar has 2 of 4 wins required. I'll get into the playoff picture shortly, but he's doing everything he needs to, even though it's not fully in his control. And then I did take a look. Old New York Sewer Rats, no permanent damage. They finally fired Zat Brannigan. I saw him talking about it in Miners chat. And yeah, I think they're just really focusing on what they can do for next season at this point. Next up, we have Hell's Doofuses versus Morporkian Misdemeanors. I should mention all of us picked Red Velvet Titans, and we were all right. It was one of the few ones we were right on. And this one, all 3 of us picked Hell's Doofuses, and all 3 of us were right. So, Chaos just bashed on humans for 16 turns. Although humans bashed back pretty hard, it looks like. 10 armor breaks to 14, so it's not like they got... Oh, wait, they did get totally outblocked. Take a look at the block
Oh
stats.
my god. You got 10 armor breaks and only 17 blocks?
Some of them may have been fouls, but
That's insane, though.
Yeah.
You still have to knock him down to foul him.
It's true. But only 2 KOs and 1 injury, so not
it
great
wasn't
removal
like-
rates.
Yeah, both sides didn't get great removal rates, but man, okay.
It's you know, at least no one took damage. I think that's the best that I can say about this one.
Yeah. I'm kind of intrigued because Yorick is slowly starting to get to that point where his team is starting to get more developed, where he's proven to have a really good record with a not great Chaos team, and now he has a reliable ball carrier that just leveled. He has another Chaos Warrior that just leveled. He already has one with block. That team is starting to look pretty dang good.
It's starting to look good. It's definitely still the Chaos team I'd be more happy facing rather than.
Yeah, I was about to say the same. I'm not, and when I look at his team, I look at a team that might be capable of scoring, but I don't see this as the Chaos team that makes me like clench.
Yeah.
Well-
That said, he has been just wrecking people with it, so speaks, I think, a little bit about Yorick as a coach.
Yeah, agreed.
Somehow he's
I played
still
against him.
number one.
He's a fantastic coach.
Yeah. And he finally gets a second Chaos Warrior level. The one thing I would think he should focus on for the next 2 games, if he can, is maybe trying to feed touchdowns to his 2 rookie Chaos Warriors and get them at least blocked before the playoffs, because I think that'll make a huge difference.
With the playoff race being so tight, you can't really afford to do so.
No,
I
it's-
think that's one thing that sucks for him.
Yeah, it's as he's
See,
able to.
I'm gonna counterpoint that. He needs the Chaos Warriors for when he's in playoffs. Get that levels and become
Yeah,
really reliable.
but you need to make playoffs before you ever get to think about that,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Agree. What do you guys think he's gonna take for his 5th skill on Point Your Fur?
I'm thinking 2 heads.
2 heads would probably be the
Yeah,
choice
2
for me.
heads or extra arms.
Agility 4.
He might have rolled
Strength
doubles.
4,
He's holding it.
movement
Yeah.
7.
Yeah.
Doubles, I don't know if I would really take anything.
You can take sidestep if you want to have an extra thing, but I would still say I would rather just 2 heads or extra arms.
Or a stat. Any stat's really
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
on him.
Stand firm for the memes.
Damn firm's a normal, man. Come
He could.
on.
Cool. So that's that one. Next up, Lavender Town Library versus Rat Street Boys. So I think I mentioned
We didn't-
last week.
We didn't take a look at Momporkian.
Oh, we didn't. Oh, we didn't take a look
No.
at Morforkian. Let's take a look at them. Doesn't look
No
like
big injuries.
yeah.
Okay.
They didn't take much damage. They're still rocking a lot of perms that they're probably going to want to start getting rid of and cycling because they've got 160k in the bank.
Yeah.
Particularly the minus AV Blitzer. Fire him before he sucks any more SPP away.
Yep.
I think that's literally the only thing he has to replace.
Yeah.
I would keep those catchers till they pretty much die.
Yeah, no, Moist you keep forever, or until he dies. Fred Colin, I could see the argument for eventually cycling him, but right now you need the guard.
Yeah.
Um,
He does not have enough guard to really say anything else. The Blodge guard I really like on his team.
yeah,
Plus, I mean, he's immune to claw now.
it's true. Does he? I
So,
forget who he
it's all
plays.
good.
He might actually play the other Chaos team before the end of before the season's over. So, make Claw bloat.
Yeah.
But yeah, next up, I think we had mentioned Rat Street Boys. They were technically not eliminated last week, but they needed to win out and have a lot of things go right. And God, he tried his hardest to win this one. Taking Gogma to a draw is pretty impressive, even if it does mathematically eliminate him from playoffs.
Yeah. It sucks that he's Oh my god. Look at his block dice for the Rat Street Boys.
Oh, let's take a look. Ooh,
Wow.
that's unlucky.
And he still made it out with that, so
And he made it 2-2.
Congrats.
Yeah,
that's a real tough one.
yeah.
Oof.
So, commiserations and also congratulations for what seems like it was a hell of a game. And I think he left a little bit of a lasting mark on Gogma's team also.
Yeah, there's one less Agi 5 thing to worry about.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm noticing one less Agi 5 thing. There's now just an Agi 5 thing in Agi 6 thing.
Yeah,
Ugh.
the Agi 6 thing
Ugh.
needs to die.
I mean, it's no Juan Gungeon, but still.
Yeah.
It's,
So looking at it though, his team is not as strong as it once was, but I think it's going to be very healthy come playoff time.
it's also not as floaty as it once was, and that's kind of a big thing for him.
Yeah.
Remember, he was up at
Before
1800
he was-
and giving up at
Yeah,
least
he's
200
floating with
can inducements a
1800.
game. And now he's 1590. He might actually get some inducements, and this is still a Dark Elf team that has almost everything you need.
Yeah, he has guard. The only thing that he's really lacking is Mighty Blow, and who knows, maybe Charles Deckens
Yeah.
has Mighty Blow in the wings.
He will probably rebuy a Witch Elf to bring him back up to 1700, now that I'm actually looking.
He's never had a second one. He never had a second one.
Oh, maybe he will buy a second now then. He has enough for
Yeah.
it, so. But yeah, this is.
I would think just buying a normal lineman at this point would probably be the better choice, so you can have the bench and then have some money still.
True.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm also like I admittedly suck at using witches, but I always find if I use two, one ends up way too compromised most of the time.
Yep.
They are
But-
really good pieces, but yeah.
I'm pretty sure we're just missing like Leap on that Blitzer with Agility 6 man. Like, come on, make it happen.
Ooh.
Leap or get some strip ball on there too. He just dives cages on the
I-
3 plus.
No, yeah. It's,
Yeah, I think he's going to get Strip Ball next. That would be my guess, just because he already dives cages so well.
strip ball, leap, and then watch. He's gonna roll another double and get Juggernaut, and it's just gonna be the silliest thing.
Yeah. I'm honestly expecting strip ball tackle out of him next.
Ooh.
Those two pretty much just say, hey, that's not your ball.
Yeah.
That's mine.
No, nowhere is safe.
I wouldn't be surprised if his first game in Majors was just like a lightning bolt directly on it. Just like, all right, kid, welcome to the big show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spike bolts are a thing.
Spike bolts and your claw palm killer
Yep.
and oh yeah, just any secret weapon they can get on you. You gotta watch out for.
Yeah. That is the last of the Europe games, actually, because Lizard Blizzard got his bye week. So Ricky.
Let's see what the MVPs are, if
Oh,
any
yeah.
got levels.
Let's see. CRISPR
Oh,
got
well,
close to his second level, but that was it.
That isn't bad MVPs. I mean, it could be better, but
And his team
You'd
is
hope
still
that
nice.
they're both Saurus.
He finally has a second guard piece, which is good. He's got tackle on a Saurus, which is great. His skinks are still ludicrous, although I think one of them's missing, so one of them may
7.
have died.
he has enough money to buy 2 skinks and all of a sudden get a bench.
Yeah,
I don't think they probably died. I think he was probably just trying to funnel SPP.
he might have been.
That could very much be it.
Yeah.
But
He
yeah,
can get back up to a bench.
yeah, actually, you're right. I think he got rid of the one skink that wasn't silly. His skinks are just ludicrous. Even
Yeah.
Shadora's a little bit jealous of these, I think.
Oh, they're definitely nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 more skinks and he's in a solid spot.
Yeah, and he's been. We watched his first game this season, and his first game this season was getting 2 of his Saurus killed, just straight off the bat. And I think he had 1 developed Saurus after 1 game. All of the others were rookies, so he's really had a great season, turning it around from that like really tough starting point.
Yep.
Yep.
So
Just
let's
have to hope not to get the tough love of claw teams
Yep.
too soon, you know?
Oh yeah.
Those claw teams are gonna come with a vengeance
Yep.
next season, guys.
I'm gonna flash up the leaderboard here real quick. So Gogma, Blank Fate, still in the playoffs by virtue of having a bye week 9. So he has effectively 7 wins, 3 draws, and he has his last game next week, which he will probably just try to get through unscathed because it's against Chaos. But he does also want that win because I think with a win he guarantees seed from Europe. Ricky is through with 2 more points, so all he needs is 1 more win. But he's playing Chaos back-to-back. So that's gonna
And
be
that could just be
fun.
the end of the Lizards, potentially.
It's going to be fun for him.
I sense a lot of quotes in there, and maybe a bit of sarcasm.
Yeah, like Dwarf Fortress fun, you know? Speaking of the 2 Chaos, both of them are in good spots, but I would say Blacklisters Union in a slightly better spot, just by virtue of he plays Lizards and then he plays one of the human teams down near the bottom. Yorick has Lavender Town Library and Lizards back-to-back, so he plays the 1st and the 2nd seed as his final 2 games.
That's going to be a rough game.
That's
or
gonna
2.
be, yeah, that's gonna be fun. Joker in 5th is currently on the outside looking in, and this next week's match is gonna be probably the most impactful because it's Joker
Yeah, it's a
versus
scary
Dwarves.
one.
Yeah. If he can beat it, he's got the heavily diminished Clan Nibblers after that, and if you win out, you are almost mathematically guaranteed. There's only one very specific situation in which you miss out. And then Ernadar just needs to win out and then have a little help from 2 of the people above him falling off. But he plays
Which,
Jokers.
that's not impossible looking at the schedule.
Yep, he plays Jokers and he plays Sadomasochrists. So at this point, realistically, it's one of the 2 Chaos teams needs to tank for Joker or Ernadar to guarantee being in, but
Yeah.
Joker's in a much better spot than Ernadar is.
But I'm up against a pretty much fully developed dwarf team with a non-developed necro team.
Yeah,
it's
so
a it's a scary matchup.
So nice segue there. Let's talk about Red Velvet Titans versus Joker's Legion.
And how Cheney is going to be awesome.
Cheney is going to be
Yeah,
awesome.
Cheney is definitely going to be part of the show.
But
Yeah.
so
It's going to be hard, though. There's 5 guard, 5 mighty blow. Oh, and he went... The one thing I want to point out right now is that Ernadar went the long-term route. He didn't go the short-term route of going piling on. I would have gone piling on over jump up.
Jump Up is a double though, so you take it when you can get it. And if he's got Mighty Blow already, I think it's safe to take it.
Yeah, well, my argument is that in the playoff run, jump up is literally not going to do much for you in a playoff run. If you're trying to make playoffs, well, if you make the playoffs, yes. But trying to make the playoffs, you want to have every advantage you can get. And in my opinion, piling on would get you that advantage.
See, I'm going to give you a different viewpoint. So for Troll Slayers, they're only movement 5, so a lot of the times they frenzy themselves into a weird spot where they can get hit. So they actually do go down a lot more often than a lot of other pieces. Just because, the other dwarves move 1 space, he moves 2 spaces. So it's just a little bit of a difference there. And then if he gets knocked down, you have the 5 spares to move around. Or you might even just get a jump up hit.
Yeah. I just think if I was in that situation, I would have gone piling on to try everything to try to make playoffs.
I think it's.
But I guess that's me.
I think it's going for playoffs is good, but Ernadar may be thinking longer term, thinking about the majors playoffs next season, because he is still a little bit of a long shot to make playoffs, even if he does win out. But let's start with Joker. Who do you think is going to win this game?
Ooh.
Bet against me, I dare you. I dare you, motherfucker.
I've been
I'm
wrong
betting you
every
one.
single
I'll make
time.
it four.
When we all bet against you, that's when you win.
Yeah.
You don't win other times.
Yeah, I've won 3 of the bets, so come on, hit me with it. I'm ready.
Dwarfs. I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna take.
I'm going to
Joker's
do it
Legion.
too. And it's going to be a draw 1-1 tie.
Yep.
No, you can't cop out like that. You can't cop out like that. We don't allow that.
Okay, sorry. A draw 0-0 tie.
No,
I'd be happy with a draw. To
You have
be
to choose a winner.
if I could eke
You have
out
to
a
choose a
draw,
winner.
But if I'm going to choose a winner, I'm gonna have to choose the Red Velvet Titans.
Boom.
I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
it's,
just
it's
trying
all
to
good.
get-
It only motivates me to make you eat shit.
Yeah, exactly, man. Like I'm betting against you to make you win. In which case, I make Doof win. It all works out.
Yep. So Ozzy believes in you as well, Joker. He picked you to win, so
Let's go.
we're sorry that we
Look
cursed
at
you.
that. Changing hearts,
Yeah.
changing minds. That's where it all starts.
Yep. Next up, Morporkian Misdemeanors versus Clan Nibblers. The
Oh, man.
heavily diminished Clan Nibblers. I mean, it's still a Skaven team with a lot of weapons, and he's going to get some really good inducements here.
Yeah, that's about like 400K's worth of inducements.
Yeah. And if it was Sadomasochrists, I'd say the humans win, but Morporkian feels a little less developed to be able to beat on Skaven.
Well, this is essentially a fresh Skaven team that you're playing. I think he has the piling on guy that could potentially do work. He has enough of a scoring threat in Moist von Lipwig that I'm actually going to go with Morporkian Misdemeanors here.
Alright, sounds good. I'm going to go with Clan Nibblers, because I do believe in the inducement play and just Skaven still being able to pull off Skaven things. And Ozzy also believes in Clan Nibblers, so we got a lot of controversy this week, which is good.
Joker believes that Clan Nibblers. I don't want them to win, but I think Nibblers is gonna take it.
Alright, and Iron, what do you think?
I'm going with Clan Nibblers on the three things of Glart, Wizard, Babe.
Ooh. Those are three really good things. Nice.
So,
All right.
This is
So
way more
when
exciting.
Morporkian wins, I'm just going to have all you guys eat shit live on.
I did not agree to this.
you didn't see it in the contract that we made for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently. How about
You'll see.
Speaking of Rat Street Boys
Ozzy,
versus
we have two guest co-casters. We have Joker, and then we have Iron Master, or Dice Hacker,
yeah, Dice,
as I like to call him.
Dice
Gary
Master.
forgot my name. Come on.
We do have Dice Master in here. Next up, we have
Dice
Lizard
Master.
Blizzard versus Blacklisters Union. I mean,
Did we just
no, I
skip,
just totally
the-
skipped the other Skaven human matchup, and I was totally
Yeah.
going to say something about it too. Rat Street Boys versus Sadomasochrists. The better developed humans against the worst developed rats. Although not so worst developed anymore, because Clan Nibblers just ate so much claw.
Yeah, they're kind of gone now.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
okay. They got inducements now. They'll
Yeah.
keep them company.
But
It kind of got evaporated.
let me look at Rat Street Boys again. They just still are suffering from their inability to roll doubles. They've got good pieces, but they're lacking claw. They're lacking any other mutations. They're lacking agility up, movement up, anything of that sort. And Sadomasochrists have, I think, 3 strength 4 players.
They have 2 strength 4,
strength
1
4.
strength 5, and 3 tackle pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be the rough stuff right there. He's already ready for the Agi shenanigans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta back Sadomasochrists here, I think.
Yeah, I'm
Same.
backing Sadomasochrists as well.
And that's why I'm backing the rats.
All right.
The rats, they're gonna come out of nowhere. They're gonna make you guys eat shit.
We'll cancel out the shit eating, except I guess for me, I'll have to eat double shit apparently.
Yeah.
And
True Blue's doing it live on camera. Don't worry.
I did hear that. I do think he agreed to that.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, Lizard Blizzard versus Blacklisters Union. So this is the first of the
This will be fun.
ridiculous playoff matches. Like kind of early look at the playoffs potentially.
Yeah, this will be fun. This will be a tough game. Blacklisters Union, they're a well-built Chaos team. I think that this is going to be kind of a wake-up call that they can't just outbash everybody.
I mean, the Wizards have pretty close to universal block on their Saurus, I think. Yeah, they're only
Yeah.
missing it on one. They are going to get outstrengthed. And I think it all depends on how many 1 and 9s he rolls with his Claw Mighty Blow pieces. He does have the guard to be able to keep parity with the Lizards and keep bashing. That's the only thing that I'm thinking that's in Corvain's favor here. And also, just Claw Mighty Blow versus AV9 is never a good time.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this one's Corvain's team's really meant to handle it. The only thing he's really missing is like a third tackle, but still 2 tackle, and he has a tackle Mighty Blow to hunt Skinks down with. He has a wrestle tackle to get like a great ball carrier down.
That actually
he can deal with the Saurus with Claw Mighty Blow, and then just with a lot of block guard, he's gonna be controlling the pitch a lot.
Yeah, that actually might have been why he took Mighty Blow on the tackle, because he looked at his next week's opponent and saw it was Skinks.
And if you just look at the general teams that are coming across here, you're looking at a lot of Skaven, you look at a lot of Skinks. Those all get hurt by Mighty Blow more so than the other picks. So I understand why he picked Mighty Blow there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely I hit a stunty. It blew up a lot faster.
Yep.
If only that works when I hit Skinks in my division. Those Skinks had such great armor.
If only that works when I hit anything, ever. They all just get KO'd. So, I'm hearing kind of a general consensus toward Blacklisters Union here.
No, I'm going with Ricky.
Ooh. Why are you going with
Yeah.
Ricky?
Just based off the games I've seen, I think Ricky has played a cleaner overall game than I think I've seen from the 2 games I've watched of Corvain. It's not saying Corvain can't win, it's just based off the games I've seen, I think Ricky will be able to take advantage of him leaving the ball really wide open in those loose cages and such.
I do think... I see what you're saying. I do worry, though, that Lizards aren't going to be able to cage dive as efficiently as Skaven can, and taking those
I
loose
can agree to
cages,
that.
it's not
It's
like
just-
a Saurus is going to run over and smack you.
Yeah, but I just feel like if he can make those kind of mistakes, then what's going to happen when he's facing 7 strength 4 or better?
Yeah. I mean, we know Ricky's an excellent coach. We also know Corvain's an excellent coach. There's no inducements separating these teams. Although, if Ricky gets 2 Skinks, he may give up a Babe to the Chaos, which is something, I suppose. I think I still have to go with Blacklisters Union here. Lizard Blizzard does not really have much in the way of removal threats. They're still very much a control Lizard team, and they don't really have the guard either, so it's going to be... I think it's going to be tougher than it normally would for them to be able to just outbash and rely on Strength 4. So he'll have to fall back on the Skinks. And the Skinks are really good, but there's Wrestle Tackle, there's Tackle Mighty Blow. The Skinks can take hits.
I'm going to give the exact opposite opinion, but for the same reason. I think that Blacklisters Union lacks the tools to make the Lizard team come undone, whereas the Lizard team doesn't need to do that to the Chaos team so much. They have the agile pieces to outmaneuver him. They on the defense they have the flexibility to play 2 types of games. That's what Lizard does well. So Blacklisters Union must make removals to win, whereas the Lizard Blizzard can win even if it barely makes removals. So I'm going to go with Lizards for that reason. Also, I think the coach is just on a roll right now, so there's just a little bit of that as well.
Yeah, sounds good. I love the amount of dissent we're getting on here, actually. So that one's going to be a toss-up. That might have to be... I don't know. I don't want to watch the same team back-to-back, but that might end up being the game to watch for next week.
I'm calling the Chaos to win.
Yep. So, pretty much
He's
split
a
right
Chaos
down
Helmer.
the middle. Nobbly
The riddle?
Knights, the riddle. Dude, I don't know what's going on. I can't English tonight. Nobbly Knights
Porque?
are by. I don't know. I'm just, it's. I never English that well to begin with, so when I'm off my game, it's even more pronounced.
Okay.
Nobbly
You
Knights.
got Lavender Town
by-
Library and
Yeah.
Hell's Doofuses.
Oof. I mean,
Lavender Town, hands
Yeah.
down.
I think it's always
Yep.
tough to bet against Gogma, as he's proven time and time again. And Yorick's been a really good coach for getting this far with such an underdeveloped Chaos team, but this is, I think, the point where he just runs up against an Elf team that has way too many tools for him to be able to handle it. Like,
Yeah. He has 1 tackle versus how many blodge?
and if that tackle goes down, he's pretty screwed.
Yeah. That
Okay. I'm gonna counterpoint with, like, as we said, York's been proving himself as a decent coach here, and Gagma, he's doing awesome too. But I think that even with just 1 tackle, he's gonna roll enough pals to take him down, and even if he's just getting a good enough position to pass by, it might make him win. So I'm gonna bet an underdog bet here and go for Hell's Doofuses.
Nice. I think if he does win,
It's
he
like
wins
the
off a
name
2-1
because you're a
grind.
chaos homer.
You don't have to tell everyone that. Come on.
I think the T1 grind is very.
Oh, I think we lost you for a second there. But you're saying 2-1 grind very possible? True? We may have lost him. Is anyone else hearing robot true, or is it just me?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Discord server was on fire for a second.
Okay.
Yeah, I just
Alright,
heard
cool.
robot everybody.
There we go. We're
Yep.
back. We're back. 2-1 grind.
Yeah. Cool. All right, so that was our predictions.
Yep. So that's Europe.
What did Ozzy pick?
Oh, Ozzy picked Lavender Town there.
Okay.
So, before we go on to America, I don't know if we will do that today, but if we are, I want to ask a question now of you guys, and this question comes in 2 parts, and it's important that you take a look now. Take a look at the teams that are out there, especially the threatening teams that really make a chance in playoffs, especially. What teams are going to be coming up there, and because of the composition of the tournament and what teams are predominantly there, which teams you feel have a better chance simply on behalf of what team they are. So,
Are you talking only Europe or?
no, I'm talking combined, because obviously after the playoffs are combined, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
the
so,
playoffs are combined, and then
The team I don't want to play is Chorfs because Ozzy Viking is a solid coach and he has killer team. So I think his team potentially can run through almost anybody. I think he is probably the dark threat to win it because he's not going to take a 1 seed, but
There's
his
2
team can
Chaos
match
teams
up
moving
well.
through Europe, and Chaos teams do pretty well against Chorf.
I don't know if they'll do well against the Chorfs at this point in time. I think later on development, yes, but right now
Yeah.
it's going to be hard.
I'm with you there.
I think if it was the team that I didn't want to face from a protecting my team standpoint, it would be the Chaos of the Chorfs. If it was the team I didn't want to face from a winning playoff standpoint, it would be one of the Dark Elf teams.
Oh, okay, so I'm just not in there. Fuck you too, Doof.
I mean, orcs match up
Yep.
pretty well against humans, and I'm thinking from an orc coach standpoint. Unless the humans are coached by Ornan, clearly. But on that note, though, we should jump into Americas here, just because it's getting a little late for me, and probably late for a couple of you guys too.
It's only midnight.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, it's 6 a.m. for me, so thank you guys for having me co-host for a second. And have a great night.
Yeah, thanks,
All
man.
right,
Thanks
see
for
you,
your
Joker.
time.
Man, see ya.
Ciao.
Cool. So, let's take a look at Americas, and I think we mentioned this earlier, but True, tell us what happened this week in Americas.
A shit show.
Chaos.
Well,
Oh, I think Discord's being... Discord's doing a thing again. Shit. Alright, give me one moment here. Let me see if I can fix the robot voice people. But by which it might have to literally just be me calling them directly. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Hello.
Hello, there you are. Let me
All
figure
right.
out how to add people to this call.
Cool.
/ can I even add people to this call?
I think you need to be friends with Iron. I think that's
Okay.
one thing.
I'm gonna add him as a friend. I'm gonna add you as a friend because I just realized I'm not friends with you.
Okay, I think if we're all friends, then we should be able to.
Yep.
Cool. This is very professional. I love it.
Super professional. There we go.
Is everyone still robots here?
No, everyone's not robots here, so the server was on fire, but this is not. Thanks everybody for bearing with us as we had minor technical difficulties. Thanks to Discord.
It was all True Blue's fault.
It was all True Blue's fault.
Oh god, he's still a robot. Kick him out.
No.
I'm gonna hit you, Iron. I'm gonna hit you real hard.
Hey, who are the mods in here?
Yeah, get out.
On
This
to
is a private
Americas.
call. There is no mods.
On
Doof,
to
this is where you
Americas.
show him you can still kick him out.
I think I can. I don't know. This is why I wish we still had the Ninny roll, but then we probably also should not abuse our power. Back to Blood Bowl. First up, we had Salty Chips versus Balthor's Bashers, and we all predicted.
Everyone chose.
We all
opposite.
predicted Salty Chips, and the dwarves dwarfed all over the poor Dark Elves.
Holy hell! His armor broke so often.
Yeah.
It only happened a couple times. A couple dozen.
Couple dozen.
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, wow. That is... I'm surprised that there was so little damage on the Dark Elves, considering how much they got punched, and so much damage on the Dwarves, considering how little they got punched. But,
Man, I just clicked that MVP card and they got something really cool out of that.
ooh. Let's take a look.
Oh, you're already on it.
Are we talking Dwarves or...
Yeah,
Dark Elves?
dwarves. They
Oh.
had the runner level up, and he became a vampire.
Oh my god.
Oh,
I just glanced
That-
over that before, and yeah, that's a thing.
that is a vampire runner. So we have a dark elf blitzer runner and a vampire runner,
Yeah.
both on
Yep.
dwarf teams.
What is?
I think we found the secret meta, boys.
Because FD's team last season was just as ludicrous too. It's something about dwarf teams, like they all have this secret pact with Nuffle to
Mhm.
get just stat ups all the time. So yeah, not much to say. Well done to Viltrus there. That is
Yeah.
a pretty impressive win over one of the top seeded guys. But we'll get to that in a moment. Next up, Winged Centaurs versus Nuffles Unfavored. This was a game with pretty hefty playoff implications, and they
It was a
kind
tie.
of drew against each other, which is boring. Come on, guys. What happened here?
To be fair, Ozzy did do a lot of damage to the Wood Elves. He
Yeah,
MNG'd a tree, which I really like because I faced them this week.
There's not much left of this Wood Elf team, is there? Undercover War Dancer is missing. The tree is missing. Yeah, this
Mrs.
is
Ballhog will be annoying to deal with.
that's an annoying piece. I
Yeah.
kind of like the diving tackle. That's like kind of fun, actually.
Don't mind me while I just hit
If
it
I-
a few times. And
If
then
I
kick it in
fail
the
to
face.
strip the ball the first time, good luck getting me off your ball carrier.
Yeah, the only scary part is if someone has like a reroll and they reroll and get the dodge away, and now you're on the floor.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna
not
kick
as
it in
fun.
the face. I'm gonna kick it in the face, guys. Don't worry.
I mean, it could work out for sure though. So it's just gonna be interesting to see how it pans out after
Yeah.
a couple times.
But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's gonna be 7 elves taking the pitch. That
Yeah,
aren't loners.
he-
So
I think his TV is gonna be at 1400.
okay, so he'll have something. And then, did Ozzy get any meaningful levels out of that? I don't know if he did, because his team's pretty developed at this point. He just can't stop
Yeah,
rolling.
I don't see
stat
anything
ups
extra.
on his hobgoblins though.
That thing's been there for a minute, but it's okay.
Yeah.
All
Well,
it needs is a vanity pass.
there was the other movement up one.
Yeah, the movement up dirty player.
That was a great piece. I'm sad it's gone.
Same.
Yep. So we all picked Winged Centaurs to win, but it was a tie, so it didn't matter. Next up, Old World Wardens versus Bifrost Guardians. You and
That was
Ozzy
a
picked
beatdown.
Old World Wardens, and I picked the Norse, and I was totally wrong. Ooh,
Holy hell, he threw 61 blocks and still got beat down that much?
wow. This was
It
just a
depends on regen, I
slugfest.
would assume, and regen was half and half for
It was
like
at
4
its-
regen. So it's
It's normal.
yeah. It hurts me emotionally that some Norris got beat down on, but
And-
you know what? It happens.
And Helmet stole the. God, I really can't talk today. Helmet stole the
It
MVP
stored
for the
the
Norse.
yeah,
he
it
stored
stored
it.
it. It stored
He stored it for future use, along with all of his other SPP.
Yep.
But
I mean, he's a star. He deserves it.
yeah,
Yeah.
clearly. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, could you smuggle a chainsaw on the field?
I just don't know how much he did with it. It doesn't look like much. Let's take a look at Tetsuya's team and see if anything notable happened. But
I think it's at the same TV.
it's
Oh, okay.
he's missing. He'll be missing his Agi4 White next week, which does kind of suck. But I mean, the rest of the team is fine. I still think he should really fire a zombie, and he's got a lot of cash to burn as well.
The cash to burn is less important right now.
Yeah,
Because he'll probably cut it before the game starts. But
yeah, but
yes, fire zombie.
really fire a zombie. Also, Iron, if you haven't seen Mr. Skeletal yet,
And Mr. Skeletal's great.
yeah,
I love it.
he might be my
But-
favorite player on Tetsuya's team.
Yep. I love when people have those. But
Oh,
yeah,
Um,
I could see firing a zombie, but maybe not for this game because he's gonna be at 14 anyway.
Yeah, and then Gut Spear is also going to be missing next game, so each lost a blitzer type piece for the next week, and they were both Agi4, so balance in all things. Frosty continues to be incredible until he dies for your wolf.
I mean, he's just living the true AV7 life now.
Yeah.
Like
He
he's
just-
like, okay, I'm with the boys. Gotta take off some armor.
Yeah.
You know,
Just really
live
needs-
it with the block life.
He really just needs one of those berserkers to be a killer already, because Frosty can't
Yeah.
do it all himself.
I
Yeah, for
kind of
sure.
yelled a lot because he took agility over Mighty Blow. It's nice, but I wouldn't have taken it.
Yeah, basically, I would say don't take any stats besides strength on that berserker now, and just take mighty blow, pile on, tackle. So that's the 3 things that he's really missing on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because agility 4 is gonna be great after that point because then you're able to like do a dodge around and like wrap around, hit somebody. But
true.
without the real threat with it, you're missing out.
Yep.
And with jump up, it's jump up, dodge out, smack whatever you want. It's gonna be fantastic.
Yep. Or just get a free hit and they're right next to you. You know.
Yeah. Next up, we had Teenage Bottle Rocket versus Ghoulbusters.
I got beat down.
We all picked Ghoulbusters, but it looks like you got chorfed.
Take a look at the block dice for me, will ya?
Oh, let's see. Well,
2
first,
armor breaks. You know.
let's look at 25 POWs to 13 skulls for Teenage Bottle Rocket, and wow, that's a lot of pushes.
Yeah, it was a combination of the block dice weren't in my favor, and then he played really well.
Yeah,
And then look at the removals along with it. He had 10 removals, while I only had 1.
ooh,
There was like no chance for me to win this game.
yeah, that's rough.
You know what? You just should have taken the advice of just roll 6s because that's what Aussie Viking was doing and winning.
It's true. So on the bright side, your TV got nice and trimmed.
Not really. As soon as I buy an ogre, I'm gonna be kind of where I was at before.
I guess that's true. You'll be back up in the mid 1600s.
Yeah. As soon as I buy an ogre, my M&G comes back, and then I decide whether I want a 12th, 13th player or not. My TV is going to be exactly the same, pretty much.
Yeah. That is still a pretty nice human team overall. Great development on the Blitzers. I think just now the big question is going to be what more development you can get before playoffs, assuming you make it. Which
It's pretty
you
much
probably
just
won't.
rounding out the roster from what I see here. It's just like, okay, the agility blitzer gets like mighty blow or tackle or guard, and then the lineman gets block right there. The catcher gets blodge plus strength kind of deal. Once he's done that, it's not much needed to propel it forward.
True.
Yeah. I think the big thing for me is I'm praying that I can somehow level my new ogre to at least guard. Guard or block.
Yeah, because it did
Just take your 3 dice on the lines, man.
it did take the
Yeah.
first ogre like 16 games to level. So
It took him 16 games to level, and it took him to 20 games to get another casualty to get to 9.
and then he died.
So, yeah, and then he died.
But
Yeah.
next up, Lizards Anonymous versus Rebel Orcs. That's Orcs and Lizards, and it's a 1-1 draw, and it looks like they just stood in the center of the pitch and punched each other a lot.
That's what it looks like from here.
52 blocks to 49 blocks. The Orcs actually got a couple removals. The Lizards got nothing.
89 life, bro.
Wasn't enough to get an edge over. Over the Orcs.
Wait. 52 blocks, and you get 4 breaks to just get stuns.
Yep.
Yeah.
Poor Lizards.
Wow.
89 life. 89 life.
I've
Like-
been there.
Woof.
Shadora in my playoff game was basically that. Except it was a score off because I had a ludicrous thrower and he had a ludicrous skink, and we literally just kept trading off. He would use the skink, he would use rocks to bang in a touchdown, and then I would use my thrower to execute some bullshit pass play to equalize.
It just
So
sounds
what you're
like
saying
you
is
relied
lizards
too
are
much
good.
on that thrower.
Lizards are good. I rely way too much on that thrower. It's a crutch. But he's
That's
so
why I'm
good.
gonna remove him for you, and it'll be great.
Might
I
be.
feel like he'll just re-roll if that happens.
No, that'll actually take some of the bloat out of my team, and then I might actually be able to develop the rest of it.
It's okay, guys. It's just, have you heard about how Norse is a great team and how you should re-roll to it, and how everybody should be playing Norse?
I was thinking about it, but
Everybody
if I
plays
was
Norse,
going
nobody
to,
plays Norse.
I suppose
Because they'll all die.
if there was a team that would force me to be good at positioning, it would be Norse, but
Camry, bro.
or Khemri. Last but not least, to get back on topic, we do have Fluffy Fighting Force versus Blitzy Ricks. We all picked Blitzy Ricks, and Fluffy Fighting Force pulled out the 2-1 win.
Yep.
But both of them got great level ups, so
And a death on the Blitzy Rick side.
yeah.
Yeah, that's not new this season.
Poor Cap. He's just been bashed around. Oh, and a strength bust on a blitzer.
Oh my.
And a movement bust on a witch elf. And the
Oh
other
my
witch
God.
elf is dead. Oh no! This team is dead.
What is happening in
it's just
reroll
casual.
This team
Man, 5 injuries off 36 blocks. And then an extra kill on top of that. Half of his team was literally just out because of rats, and he got 0 KOs, just all injuries.
Wow.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the Blitzy Ricks got 4 KOs on the rat.
Yep.
That's a feels bad, man.
Ugh,
That's a feels
that's
bad, man.
rough. Fluffy Fighting Force looking pretty good. It's another Skaven team that just hasn't been able to roll much.
Well, he has a one-turner.
He does have. He almost has a one-turner. It doesn't have sprint.
It's
yet.
not natural. Yeah, it's not natural, but it's a one-turner.
He's got leap though, which means once he finally does get sprint, it's going to be really silly.
Oh, can we just talk about how underrated Edward Rodent is, he has a Horns Wrestle Tackle.
That
Gutter
is a really nice gutter runner.
Yeah.
Strip ball, probably the next level for him.
Yeah, these are some really nice gutters.
Yeah.
Just, ooh.
He's doing well for not getting everything that he needs, but he's gotten enough.
Yeah. I think the only thing he's really missing is his claw palm and a strip baller.
Yeah. He'll get the strip baller eventually. The claw palm, he's probably going to want to start looking towards cycling those vermin.
I mean, they're not doing anything bad. It's kind of one of those things where when they die, you replace them, I feel.
Yeah. The brain doesn't have apo rights anymore, and eventually he'll get replaced.
No. This is where he rolls claw, and you're like, man, why did I take guard on this guy?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not a Skaven player, so I can't speak to it. I never liked guard on vermin. I think they should just both go straight killers. But
Yeah, I think so too. When I play it, I usually do 2 straight killers, but I could see going like Mighty Blow first on both, then taking 1 guard and 1 tackle,
yeah,
if you really feel like you need the guard.
I just feel like when you place guard on them, you shorten their lifespan so much because they end up having to base stuff. And
You do.
Yeah.
And it's also that they don't get SPP anymore because other things hit for them.
Yeah, exactly. But let's take a look at the leaderboard real quick. So, True.
Hanging on by a thread
Yep.
for the #1 seed.
So you have barely held on. Tetsuya
He has
is
1 point ahead.
Tetsuya's right.
I play
there.
Tetsuya. I play Tetsuya next week, so it's going to be probably for the first seed, guys.
Yep.
It'll be fun.
Yeah. Tetsuya, who was kind of struggling in the first half of the season, has had one hell of a comeback.
Oh, yeah.
And then Angra losing this week, that kind of puts him in danger. He's on the bubble now.
Yeah. What did he start off at, like 500, and then all of a sudden he's had a horrible run of 022?
I think it was like he was 510, and then it's 510 to 522. So it's
Hold on,
been kind of
I'm
a rough
checking
stretch
this real
for him.
quick. So, win. All right. Oh, he did have that 1 draw early. So he played me. I beat him, and then... Yeah, he tied against Chorfs. He lost to me. He beat Lizards, and then he lost to Dwarfs.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's a rough middle patch, but enough time to turn it around for the end of the season.
And okay, one thing I've noticed is that he is tired of losing, and he's kind of taking it a bit more seriously.
Yep.
Continuing on.
Absent-minded, on the outside looking in, but has the potential to maybe sneak in. I don't know who he
Yeah.
plays for the rest of the season, but
He plays me this week.
that'll be fun.
Maybe the
And then
game to watch.
That'll be a must-win actually for him. So that might.
It'll
not
be a
bad
must
game to
win,
watch.
and I kind of need a win too because I am nowhere near clinched at this point.
Yeah, I think all of a sudden, America suddenly became the division. For a
It's-
while, it was
It's
Europe.
an odd
where,
man show.
yeah.
Yeah.
But now Europe, you've got 2 guys who are pretty close to clinching, and there's 4 guys fighting over 2 spots, but really there's 3 guys fighting over 2 spots because Ernadar is a little bit on life support, not due to anything bad that he's done, just due to the way that the wins have fallen on everyone else. But yeah, this is going to be a fun last 2 weeks of Blood Bowl. But we
If
take
by
it.
fun you mean stressful, then I absolutely agree.
No, it's
with
fun
you.
for me. I'm not part of this. My team's well out of playoffs and majors. I'm just focusing on hurting things at this point. Or trying to hurt things.
Confirmed you getting no injuries versus Norse. Continuing on.
Yep. Oh, that'll happen. Just wait. But we take it 1 week at a time, and we should take a look at week 10 before we wrap it up here. First up, Balthor's Bashers versus Winged Centaurs in a Chorf versus Dwarf grudge match. Iron, who do you think's going to win this one?
Let me re-look at the Chorfs and the Dwarfs, and I will give you a answer.
So
we do
it's
have to
Winged
remember that there
Centaurs.
is
It's the
a
dwarf.
vampire on the Dwarf
Yeah.
side.
And there is a Clawpalmer on the Chorf side.
Yep.
If I can find where those Chorfs are. There they are.
It's
They're
the
literally right
fourth
next to each
one on the
other.
top line. Yeah.
I'm gonna call it dwarves, and I just feel they've got it because there's only like 2 claw. One, sure, it's a claw palm on there, but it's the Chorf claw palm. He's gonna be a bit slow. The other one's just claw, and I feel the dwarves can kind of roll into him and really take out some of the advantages, like the Blodge Hobgob carrier, and maybe even just take out the agility Hobgob. It's really
Yeah.
just, I feel, going to come down to if the
It's gonna come
removals
down
don't
to
happen,
removals.
it's going to be fine for the dwarves. If the removals do happen for the dwarves, they're probably going to do well and take out the dwarves.
Yeah.
But I mean, goes dwarves away. I just feel like they have a better team for this.
I'm gonna go the opposite way, and I'm gonna say the Chorfs. The dwarves do not have a bench, and that may come back to haunt them. They do have the vampire carrier, but the Chorfs being slow isn't gonna matter as much because they're gonna have no shortage of longbeards to whack because the dwarves are just as slow as they are. The vampire carrier could definitely cause issues, but I don't know. I'm just feeling the Chorfs kind of have the better edge in this matchup just due to the claw access and due to the mobile strength 4 pieces.
Yeah. I'm going to go with the Chorfs as well. I'm betting on Ozzy and his removals to just do his thing. And it's kind of a must-win because if he doesn't, he might not make playoffs, so...
Yeah. And Viltrus
AKA
is,
True Blue is just hoping beyond hope that Ozzy doesn't make it.
he did say he doesn't want to play Chorfs. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
I don't want to play Chorfs. Ozzy is a great friend, but if he doesn't make playoffs, I'm not going to be upset because that means I don't have to face Chorfs ever again in minors.
Watch, you're gonna get first match, like, if you make it all the way. It's first match into Chorbs.
I'm just.
Gonna be...
I remember watching that recap in that Shadora and Steak Mittens did. I'm just gonna get Mr. J first round, no problem.
Or Snow White and the 6 Chorfs. Getting.
Oh God.
um,
Oh God.
is
Yep.
that Infinite Pink or is Infinite Pink Infection Ink? I was trying to remember.
Infinite Pink's Infection Ink, and
Okay.
Bleeding Hippie is
Bleeding
Snow
Hippie,
White and the
that's
6
it.
Chorbs.
Yeah.
That was such a good hype video, too.
Yeah, there is a long time-honored tradition of the minors winner going straight into playoffs, bright-eyed, and bushy-tailed, and just getting curb stomped. So,
Yeah. If I remember correctly, the bracket says I played the first seed from Big O 4. So
I don't know who's in that, so you better hope it's not Chorfs.
currently,
If you make it.
currently it's a high elf team. So that's for everybody. Currently, it's a high elf team.
We'll see.
That's for everybody after he says, oh yeah, my first match would be.
The man is confident. We'll give him that. Next up, we have Bifrost Guardians versus Salty Chips, so Dark Elves versus Norse. And not particularly killy Norse. So,
I think that's the big thing that's going to be huge for Ingra is that they're not killy Norse. I was going to
Yeah.
say elves.
And there's only one tackle for the Norse, and it's on their
Yeah.
lineman with Fend, and it's so awkward.
yeah.
Yeah. So to me, this is pretty much a game of, holy hell, his TV is really a lot.
Let's see, what's the TV difference there?
200.
290.
It's pretty much just going to be like Cheney in there,
Yeah.
and a Babe.
Isn't Cheney over 200?
He's 240.
Yeah, he won't get him then.
No, it's 290 though.
Yeah.
Oh, is it 290? Oh, it's
Yeah.
close to 300. Fuck.
Yeah, it's a lot. So he'll definitely get Cheney.
If he chooses to. He's been a guy that's gone a lot for the chainsaws.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just think if you haven't used Cheney yet, and you just want to sack people, oh my gosh, Cheney is so good.
Cheney's
Like,
just
way better than a chainsaw, because like chainsaw is going to be half Cheney's price, but he's not going to last as long or do as much as Cheney could.
yeah. Cheney's one of those star players that's just almost never bad if you can afford him. Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's really reasonable too. Like
yeah.
240k for wrestle, strength 4, movement 8, agility
Yeah.
3, and you even have catch to have like that extra bit of, oh hey, I have 8 movement now. Look at that.
Yeah, just like, oh hey, I always have a scoring threat if he's in your backfield. Yeah, I think I have to go with Salty Chips on this one though. Angra, as you said, is waking up and taking it a little more seriously. Your Wolf is going to lack the ability to get a man advantage, and I don't think the Norse is. I don't think this Norse team is very well equipped to stop this Dark Elf team
I agree with that.
with the amount of dodge.
With the way that your wolf plays usually, it's usually, hey, can Frosty get me a man advantage? Okay, if he does, I'm gonna win. And then if he can't, he loses or ties.
Yeah, I mean,
And I
Frosty's
don't think
good.
Frosty can do it.
Frosty's
game.
very good. Don't get me wrong, but Frosty's
Yeah.
one piece, and he's not a very reliable piece.
Yeah.
Like I think he blitzes with Frosty every chance he can, but I don't know if
I
it'll be enough.
know that's what he's done a lot. Well, if you look at the SPP games, you can definitely assume that that's the role that Frosty takes.
Frosty punches a lot for sure.
Yep, but I think he's probably going to be throwing around the tackle a bit more too, just because there's so many blocked players.
Yeah, but that
And I mean, there's so many blocked players.
that tackle is
Yeah.
gonna get targeted though, and it's armor 7. If it does go down, his chances of winning the game drop a lot.
Sure. But as for the call, I'm going to call this a win for Salty Chips.
Same, guys.
I think
I'm gonna
we're-
join in
We're
to
all
that fun.
agreed. Ozzy agrees as well. So
Yep, it hurts
So
my
your
feelings to
wolf
say
is
it though.
obviously going to win because that's what happened last week.
I know.
Anytime we had a unanimous decision.
I think they're doing it on purpose at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, okay, guys, I'm going to throw it this week because they all voted on me.
Yep.
Or they come in too confident.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the trick.
Yep.
Next up, we do have Ghoulbusters versus Nuffles Unfavored.
Nuffles unfavored
Two teams,
wins.
I was
two
gonna say-
teams that just got busted up last week.
From approaching this from the standpoint of Nuffles Unfavored has 7 players that it's going to field, plus loners. What iron would you say is Nuffles Unfavored's path to victory here?
Their path to victory is just snagging the ball before the humans do and really capitalizing on the fact that, hey, 4 of these players are going to be just fodder and they're going to dodge out and they're going to help out. And then with my Wrestle Dauntless guy, I'm just going to run him in there and hit people. And then if I have my War Dancers in range, I'm just going to jump them in, strip the ball, and run off with it.
I think the one thing that sort of makes this interesting for me, true, is your Sure Hands is MNG'd. So,
Yeah, that is the hardest part for me to say, okay, I'm going to win this game.
yeah.
I think if my Sure Hands piece was not MNG and let's say like Blitzer was, I think I'd have a better chance to win this game.
Yeah. And I
And
think
before True Blue takes his advice and makes his lineman a sure hands piece, he's like, "Oh yeah, I gotta do it for the short term."
Guard Sure Hands.
It's the best.
Yeah.
I do think Grumpelstiltskin has the right mentality when playing Wood Elves, which is a little more towards like the Morka or Squiggy side of things than the like I need to protect my team side of things. And I think that if that works and the dice roll in his favor, that's probably going to lead to a Nuffles Unfavored win. This is the one I'm having the toughest time predicting this week.
Oh, I'm going to pick me 100%. So
Well, yeah, you gotta
Iron's
believe in
going to
yourself.
pick the opposite of me because he wants to induce the dice hacks against me.
I'm gonna
Because that's
pick.
what he does.
I'm gonna pick Nuffles Unfavored also to invite controversy. And
I'm doing this for everyone's good. I can't let True Blue's dice hacking ways prevail.
I'm not a dice hacker, bruh.
You say that, but you're at the top of the leaderboard, and that there's been some dice there. I can
Iron's
smell it.
Iron's the only one that's managed to stave off the dreaded mod dice.
Yep. Yeah, it's because it's really potent dice hacks I have.
Yeah. I was doing great up until I became a mod, and then now I'm at the bottom of my division. So
Just imagine Iron without the mod debuff. Would he just be
Oh.
like better than everybody World Cup winner?
well, I mean that's what.
Well, I'll
Ornament
tell you
is,
what.
Basically,
I accidentally used it all on level ups, so I would get like my Chaos Team agility ups and stuff, and apparently that doesn't work out too well. So you got to use your smart dice hacks. So
Yeah.
it limited it down for me, and now it's pretty nice.
But I will
Okay.
say, yeah, if you want to see Iron with Dice Hacks, but without the mod debuff, take a look at Ornan. It's basically that.
But he's a mod.
Oh, he is a mod. Shit, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, Ornan's just
Ornan's
better
just
at
too
it.
damn good.
Where
Yeah.
do you think I
Ornan is
learned it
too
from?
good.
Come on, man.
Next up, Rebel Orcs versus Old World Wardens.
Go
so-
Rebel Orcs. I believe in you guys a lot. This is your time to win. Sherlock, you're my boy.
So what you're saying is you predict the Old World Wardens, but you're gonna be a relentless homer for Rebel Orcs.
What I'm saying is that I kind of want Sherlock to win because Tetsuya might be able to get the #1 seed from me as it currently stands.
So my opinion, I've said this many times. My opinion on Sherlock's team is he's gone for the Killy Orcs over the Guardy Orcs, and
Yep.
against Undead, I don't know how well that's gonna work. It might be great
If
he
he
gets
can
the
remove
rules,
that,
but
if he can remove that mummy early, that 88 one, it might be really nice.
there will be a missing white. That's one thing, but there's still an Agi4 Ghoul on the pitch, and
Yep.
there's so many zombies in the way. I just don't know if he's gonna be able to punch through all of them.
I don't know either. This
I'm-
is me just praying right now to Sherlock that he just absolutely goes off and kills a team like he did to Cap that one time.
Yeah. Iron, what do you think?
I'm gonna have to say it, but Tetsuya's got this one. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he has the guard on him, and the orcs only have one guard.
Yeah.
If he had a balanced amount of guard on his blitzers, I'd feel a bit better. But like, he's really lacking it. Like, just spam guard, man. Just spam guard.
Spam Garden.
And
Yeah.
once you do that,
It's the
you're
orc
gonna
you-
That's what
feel a
we've all been
very big
saying.
improvement.
Yeah.
I am transitioning to guard spam, and it's already feeling much better.
Yeah.
But while you do have your mighty blow spam, if you hit those ghouls just right, it might be your game.
Yeah.
Yep.
The strength 4 tackle mighty blow piece is going to be the key piece for Sherlock. So we all agreed Old World Wardens are true. Or are you gonna pick Rebel Orcs?
I gotta back my boy if I'm gonna want him to win that much.
All right.
I can't be half in there. I gotta
Smart.
be balls deep.
More opportunity for me to make up points. It's perfect.
Uh,
Ozzy also believes in Tetsuya. So, next up, Chorfs versus Skaven. Fluffy Fighting Force versus Teenage Bottle Rocket. We just saw one Bash team just kick the crap out of a Skaven team.
Yeah.
How,
Good luck,
How will this be
Moril. It won't.
Okay, so I got a counterpoint right here where you guys say, oh, the Chorfs got it because they're just going to wreck them. And the main thing is just the Rats have so much money, they're going to buy up to like 15 players. And I suggest this because it's a really good idea. Once you have 15 players, he can eat away all your line rats and you'll still have more. And then you'll also have all your great gutter runners you still have. And you can bench one at a time if you need be and just really help you out. He has recovery tools and like fighting tools. It's a great team.
It is a really good Skaven team, and it's up against a really good Chorf team. Like, this is another matchup that might be fun to watch actually next week. Even though
It
it's
will be until the
maybe not
Chorfs annihilate him.
playoff material, because I think both these coaches are. Well, Ryu's technically not eliminated, but
He's not eliminated, but he has to win out and he has to get a fuck ton of touchdowns. I'm talking like 7+ in the last 2 weeks.
Well,
So
we
we're
will see.
saying practically out.
Practically
So
out.
you're saying there's a chance. I actually do back the Skaven in this one, I think. I don't think they'll be alive afterwards, but I do think they'll win.
All right. So I see 1, 2, 3, 4 mighty blow, and one of them's a claw palm. I'm gonna go with the Chorfs.
All right. Ozzy also went with the Chorfs. So
I wonder why.
no homerism here. Last but not least, we have Blitzy Ricks versus Lizards Anonymous. And Cap in his completely diminished team versus Urban Dyer and his not at all diminished team.
Urban Dyer just hasn't gotten the other level ups that he needs.
Yeah, well, so much of his TV is in Skinks right now.
Yeah, it's in Skinks or in Tusaurus.
Yeah. I mean, the Blodge Guard guy is great, but
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't know, man.
I don't know. I mean,
I'm gonna go with Lizards.
Ordinarily, I would have said Cap, but Cap's down a Blitzer and 2 Witches, and he can only replace one of those. So I'm gonna
But
go.
just look at all that blodge.
I'm gonna go.
All that blodge.
It's a lot of blodge, and there's no tackle on the Lizards.
That's okay. I think the Lizards got it.
I think the Lizards got it too.
I'm gonna root for the Dark Elves, and one of the main reasons is they can cage dive with block, and it's gonna work out really well. Like, I
Or
mean,
is it?
it's gonna work out for the main reason of the Skinks don't have any block, and like they're just gonna get like uphill, or not uphill, but at least one died, and you know that's a 50-50 shot of the ball just going down right there.
True.
75% chance if it's 2 die. So he's gonna have to play really safe, and then there's like agility 5 guys running around, even with an agility 5 in there. Like agility 5 block guy, he's just gonna run in, bop him.
Yeah.
Like, it's a busted up team, but it has players to do stuff.
I think if Cap plays aggressively, I just don't. I haven't watched many of Cap's games, I guess, is the thing, so I don't know how aggressively he normally plays. But if he watches this, a much better coach than me has suggested play aggressively, and victory shall be yours. So.
Yeah, the one thing I would say with the money, maybe just buy a blitzer and either save money for your witch or buy a lineman now, so you don't have that loner one.
Yeah.
But I would definitely say replace the blitzer before a witch elf.
Yeah, the Summer's technically not dead. You can keep her for a little while you develop another witch.
She's dead.
But minus movement
Get
on a
her off
frenzy
the
piece
team.
sucks.
Get her off the team.
Minus movement on a frenzy pieces just feels the worst.
Yeah, it's pretty much just play with her until you get your second witch, then ditch her.
Yeah.
Super fast.
Oh yeah. But
Yeah.
cool. So that is it for week 9. This was a crazy week. This was a lot of fun to kind of watch come through.
What's the predictions at?
So let's see. We all got 3 this week, so it's unchanged. So you're at 34 points, Ozzy's at 31, and I'm at 29. So we are. You two are still relatively close, and I'm still in the dumpster. But I did pick a lot of things different from you this week, so either I'm gonna get completely buried, or I stage a
huge
last minute comeback. Exactly. So,
Yeah.
But yeah. I think that is our show right there. So, as always, if you've got your game scheduled over the weekend, feel free to ping me. I can't promise that I'll stream it, but I'll try my best to. I think I'll actually be around this weekend most of the time, which will be good. The only thing that I know I have is I have my game on Friday at 6:30. So, thank you guys, everyone who tuned in, and everybody who watches this either on Twitch or YouTube in the future. Hello, future people. I've been Doof.
I'm the True Blue.
And
I'm Iron Master.
And special thanks to Iron Master for jumping on for this stream.
Thanks for having me on such short notice, man.
Yeah, it was great having you, man. I will catch you guys later. See you next time.